Good afternoon, students. So, all are keeping well, right? So today we are going to continue with what we have started in the previous class, that is admission of partner. And as we have seen in the first step, first of all, we will transfer all the accumulated profits and losses that we have learned in the change in profit sharing ratio. Also, similarly, then we prepare the revaluation account as we have seen in the previous chapter. Same thing. And again after that we have learned about the treatment of goodwill and then giving the admission. And all this situation we have seen one particular thing that was also done in the previous chapter, that was calculation of the sacrificing ratio, gaining ratio, as well as the new ratio. Okay, there were situations where we have learned about the new ratios also. So today first of all we are going to start with the calculation of new ratio in admission, then we'll move with the treatment for goodwill, then we will go with the bigger questions, right? So now we will start with the first question, that is for the change in the calculation of the new profit sharing ratio. Okay, I hope the screen is visible to all of you. Okay, so what I want all of you to do is that make a proper note of all the questions that I have been taking up or I have been solving. Okay, so that it will be a complete note in your copy, right? Okay, so there's in a calculation of the new profit sharing ratio. Before we get into the chapter, let me tell you that there is no such exceptional situations on what you are going to get here other than what you have got in the calculation of the new ratio and sacrificing ratio in the previous chapter, that is in a change in profit sharing ratio. Just a little bit of change, slight bit of change is there. The change is that a new partner is being added up. Okay, other than that there's no such changes. Okay, so being a new learner you might feel that there are a lot of changes. So it's not that, it is similarly based on the previous chapters concept of calculation, right? So let's start. So you can see the illustration one, what is given here: A, B and C are partners in the proportion, their profit sharing ratio is given 3/6, 2/6, 1/6, right? That means 3:2:1 respectively, right? So after that, D was admitted in the firm as a new partner with 1/6 share. D's new share was new partner, right? So his share will be 1/6. It's given 1/6. And now it is told that calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Okay, I will teach you along with the new profit sharing ratio, I will teach you how to calculate the sacrificing ratio also at a time. Okay, so both the things I will teach you at the time. So what you are able to see is that here what is happening. First of all, we will take it the total share as 1. Try to understand. Remember that whenever the new partner share is given, okay, whenever the new partner share is given, what you will do is that first of all you take the total share as 1. 1 means it's a whole piece of cake, one cake. It's not not a piece of cake, it's a whole cake, one cake. Out of that, how much portion of the cake you are going to give to D, that you will give, since you know that it is 1/6, and the remaining will be taken, remaining whatever left, old partners, that is A, B and C, they will take in their ratio 3:2:1. The remaining share they will take in 3:2:1. So in that way you will find the new ratio. Just see. Okay, so first of all let's take the total share to be 1, or total profit to be 1. D share was 1/6. So from 1, if you give 1/6, the remaining will be 5/6. Okay, if you do the calculation, you will get it 5/6. So now this 5/6 is the remaining share. This 5/6 will be taken by A. How much? 3/6. A will take from 5/6. A will take 3/6. B will take 2/6, and C will take 1/6. Okay, so the new ratio of A will be like this. A's new share will be 5/6 or 5/6 into 3/6. Okay, so you can see here A's new share is same thing. You can just shuffle it up and back and forth, no problem. So 3/6, that is how much A was getting, and the same ratio he is going to take from the remaining share, that is from 5/6. So he will take 3/6 of 5/6. So ultimately it is coming 5/12. Clear? In case of B, B is going to take how much? 2/6 of 5/6. So 2/6 of 5/6 means 5/18. And C will take 1/6 of 5/6. 1 by 6 or 5 by 6. So 1 by 6 or 5 by 6 is 5 by 36. So we will try to make the denominator same. Okay, so that we can easily go for making the or finding the numerator as our answer, right? So what will you do is that first of all you find out the ratio and then you can make it same. Now you can see the D share was how much? 1 by 6. So we want to make it all same. How will you make? The highest one is 36. So we'll go for trying making it as 36, right? So if you want to make it 36, that means this in the first case, that is A's case, A how much time it is going? 12 into 3 is 36, right? If it is denominator into 3, so numerator also will be into 3. So 5 3 is a 15. So A will be 15 by 36. So you can see here 15 by 36. B it was 5 by 18. So 18 how much time it will go? 18 2 right? So if it is 2, so it will be also 2. So 5 2 10. So it is 10 by 36. Then of C it is 5 by 36, so it will remain 5 by 36. In D it is 1 by 6. So how much in time it is going? Into 6. So denominator 6, so numerator also will be 6. So 6 by 36, right? Now remember one thing, every time you are not going to take the highest number. You have to find and divide and find out the common out of the you have to take the LCM and you have to find out the what is a number which is divisible or multipliable by all the denominators. Okay, now here is 63, so it is easily it can be done. Now suppose if it is just for example it comes to be 40, then 12 will not go to 40, 18 will also not go to 40, and 6 is not going to 40, right? So at the time you have to find out the LCM and you have to derive it as a common factor. Clear? So now what we can see, the new ratio is 5 is to 4 is 5 is to 10 is to 5 is to 6. Sorry, 15 is to 10 is to 5 is to 6, right? 15 is to 10 is to 5 is to 6. Clear? So this is the new ratio. Now let's find out the sacrificing ratio. Now we all know our sacrificing ratio always calculated with the help of old and the new ratio. Now old ratio, we are aware of it. We are aware of the old ratio, right? What is the old ratio? Let's see once again. It is 3 is to 2 is to 1, right? Just a minute. Yeah, the old ratio was 3 is to 2 is to 1. It is 3 by 6, 2 by 6, 1 by 6. And the new ratio we have just now we have found it out. So the new ratio is 5 is to 10 is to, sorry, 15 is to 10 is to 5 is to 6, right? Okay, so let's find out the sacrificing ratio. Sacrificing ratio equals to, let me increase the size of this particular thing so that you don't have any doubt on problem in understanding that. Okay, so sacrificing ratio SR equals to, you know that old ratio minus new ratio, right? Old ratio minus new ratio. So in case of all the partners, we'll find out. First of all, we will go with A. So in case of A, the old ratio was 3 by 6 minus the new ratio was 15 by 36, right? Okay, so let's find it out. How much is going to be the LCM? Obviously it is going to be 36. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll make all the denominator same. It will be easy for calculation. So 6 is 36, so numerator also will be multiplied by 6, so it will be 18. You can do in your way, there is no problem. Okay, you can do it in the calculations and all can be done in your own comfortable way. There is no problem in that, right? So ultimately it is 3 by 36. Don't cancel it, don't cancel it. Okay, let it be as it is. So what you can see is that it is the sacrifice is 3 by 36. I'll just mention it here as S. S means sacrifice, right? Now in case of B, the old ratio was how much? The old ratio was 2 by 6 minus the new ratio is how much? It is 10 by 36, right? So what you are getting here, same way we will convert here also. 12 by 36 minus 10 10 by 36. So ultimately how much you are getting here? 2 by 36. Okay, this is also again sacrifice. Clear? Then coming to C. When it comes to C, old ratio was how much? Old ratio was 1 by 6 minus new ratio was how much? The new ratio for C, it is 5 by 36. Clear? So automatically you can see that it will be 6 by 36 minus 5 by 36. Just a minute, okay? Just a minute. 5 by 36. So ultimately how much you are getting here? 1 by 36 is the sacrifice, isn't it? The sacrifice is 1 by 36. So ultimately what we can say, sacrificing ratio equals to just a minute, okay? Sacrificing ratio equals to how much? Only denominators, okay? 3 is to 2 is to 1. Clear? Okay, very simple. This is how you are going to find it out. Okay, now let's go to the next question. I hope this question is clear to everyone. We will go to the next question now. Okay, now once again let me ask you all, is it clear? Okay, I hope it is clear. If it is not clear, you can just take a screenshot of it and you can ask me the questions, doubts. Okay, it's very simple. Now we will go to the next question. Question number 2. Okay, so now the next question. Okay, so illustration number 2, what is told here? There are two questions here. So first one is saying that A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio 5:3. Okay, and they have admitted C with 1/5 share in the profit, which he acquires equally from both A 1/10 and B 1/10. Okay, so 1/10 from A and 1/10 from B. They are acquiring from both of them. Okay, then what is given here? Calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Right. Now, in this particular situation, what is given to you is that the old ratio was 5:3. C is coming for 1 by share. Okay, C is going to get 1 by share. C is coming with 1 by share, going to take 1 by share from the business. And this 1 by 5 share, okay, 1 by 5 share, or you can say 1/5 share. Okay, so that 1/5 share she is going to take from A and B. In which ratio? 1 by 10 and 1 by 10. So you can say it's equal, right? Equal means 1 by 10, 1 by 10. Because if you add 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10, it will be 5 by 10 only. Okay, because 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 will be 2 by 10. That is cancelling. It will be 1 by 5. 1 by 5. Okay, it will be 1 by 5. Right. So now what you are going to do? The old ratio is 5:3, and what is told here? The sacrifice is told. See, whenever the word from will be given, that means the total 1/10 A is going to give. That means A will give 1/10 share and B will give 1/10 share. If the word from is there, then directly you can just subtract the sacrifice. How much A is sacrificing? 1 by 10. How much B is sacrificing? 1 by 10. Okay. There's another situation when the word of will be there. I will explain to you later on. 1 by 10 of A share. Then it will be 1 by 10 into A share will be A share you will put it. Then you will find out how much A sacrifice will come. Okay, that is separate. Now leave it. Now let's concentrate on this one. Okay. So 1 by 10 from A. So from A means A is going to give 1 by 10, okay, and B is going to give 1 by 10, right? So now very easily, I'm not going to calculate your sacrificing ratio because the question itself is told, it has told what, that A is going to give 1 by 10 and B is going to give 1 by 10. So the sacrificing ratio here in the question itself, it is given, that is 1:1. Okay, clear, right? Now let's find out the new ratio. So how will you find out? Old ratio minus sacrifice, because sacrifice is given, so we can just change it. Okay, the ratio that this formula I have already given you in the previous chapter. So what was the formula? If the sacrifice is given, then old ratio minus sacrificing ratio equals to new ratio. So what is the old ratio? The old ratio is 5:3. So 5 by 8 and 3 by 8, right? So for A, what you will do, 5 by 8 minus, how much you are going to subtract from 5 by 8? From 5 by 8 you are going to subtract how much? It is 5:3, right? So from 5 by 8 you are going to subtract 1 by 10 for A. And in same case for B, what you will do, 3 by 8, from there how much will you subtract? 1 by 10. So same way you can see S share equals to 5 by 8 minus 1 by 10, it is coming 21 by 40. And B, it is coming 3 by 8 minus 1 by 10, the answer is 11 by 40. In case of C, it was 1 by 10, right? 1 by 10 from A and 1 by 10 from B, so it will be 2 by 10, or if you cancel it is 1 by 5. Clear? But our objective should be to make the denominator as 40. Okay, to make the denominator as 40, what we will do for that, just multiply it by 4, and numerator also will be multiplied by 4, so it will become 8 by 40. So the new ratio will be 21 is to 10, 21 is to 11 is to 8. 21 is to 11 is to 8. Clear? Fine. Now let's go to the next question. Ram and Sham are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 7:12. Sorry, 7 by 12, 5 by 12. Okay, and they have admitted Gopi. They have admitted Gopi as a new partner. They have admitted Gopi as a new partner for 1/6 share. Okay, for 1/6 share, which he acquires equally from Ram and Sham. Okay, equally means here it is told the same thing. Equally means this 1/6, this 1/6 they are going to take equally from Ram and Sham, right? So calculate the new ratio. First of all, you have to find out the sacrifice here. Why? Because it is told that Ram is going to give equal of 1/6, and equally there Ram and Sham will give equally of 1/6. That means half of 1/6 Ram will give, half of 1/6 Sham will give, right? So let's find out how much they are going to give. Clear? So we can see here that Gopi's share was 1/6. Clear? And Gopi is going to get from Ram how much? Half, because it is told equally. So half of what? 1/6. Half of 1/6 is 1 by 12. Same way, Gopi is going to get from Sham how much? Half of 1/6. So half of 1/6 is 1 by 12. So this is their sacrifice, right? So the sacrificing ratio is calculated here itself. So the sacrificing ratio of Ram and Sham is 1:1. Clear? Okay. And now what will be the new ratio? The same formula that we applied in the previous question. That is, new ratio equals to old ratio minus sacrifice. So old ratio was 7 by 12, isn't it? You can see here once again, it is 7 by 12 and 5 by 12, right? So 7 by 12 and 5 by 12, right? So the old ratio for Ram was 7 by 12 minus the sacrifice, that is 1 by 12. So answer comes to 6 by 12. Okay, Ram's new share is 6 by 12. In case of Sham, what is happening? 5 by 12 was the old ratio, isn't it? 5 by 12 was the old ratio minus the new ratio. The new ratio is how much? 1 by 12. Clear? The new ratio is 1 by 12. So ultimately, after deducting, how much it is coming? 4 by 12. So Sham's new share is 4 by 12. Clear? And what is Gopi's share? Gopi's share will be 1 by 12 from Ram, 1 by 12 from Sham. So it is coming 1 by 2 by 12. Okay, no need to cancel it directly at 2 by 12. They are writing 1/6. They are cancelling and showing. Okay, you can write on 2 by 12. So what you can see, it is 6:4:2. So ultimately you can cancel and you can make it 3:2:1. Clear? So the new ratio is 3:2:1, and the sacrificing ratio is 1:1. Clear? Now let's go to the next question. So here what is given here? Suresh and Ramesh were partners in a farm sharing profits in the ratio 5:3. Okay, Suresh and Ramesh profit sharing ratio was 5:3. On 1st of April 2013, they admitted Deepak. They took Deepak as a new partner for 1/4 share. They took Deepak for 1/4 share. Clear? On 31st of July 2013, what happened? Karan was admitted as a new partner. So whenever you will find multiple of partner, what you will do is that you will first of all take one part first. That means up to Deepak. Up to Deepak you will do first, then you will go for doing for Karan. Assuming that first of all what you will take, Suresh and Ramesh are the old partner. After that you admit Deepak. After finishing Deepak, you take Suresh, Ramesh and Deepak as old partner and Karan as a new partner. Clear? This is how you are going to do this type of sum. Okay. So Karan will get how much? 1/6 share, which he acquired equally from Suresh, Ramesh and Deepak. We'll see this part later on. First we'll start with the first part. Okay. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio of Suresh, Ramesh, Deepak and Karan. At last we are going to do that. First of all, we'll find out the first case. So in first case, you can see that Suresh and Ramesh are partners. The old ratio is 5:3, 5/8, 3/8. Okay. And then what is happening? Deepak is coming in the business for 1/4 share. So in this situation, if only the new partner share is given, what will you do? Same like question number 1. What was that? Let the total share be 1. The remaining share is 3/4. Okay, because Deepak share is 1/4. So the remaining share will be 3/4. So this 3/4 will be taken by Suresh, 5/8, and Ramesh 3/8. Clear? So that is what you are seeing here. Suresh new share is 5/8 of 3/4. So how much it is coming? 15/32. In case of Ramesh, it is coming 3/8. Right? The old share was 3/8. So 3/8 of 3/4. So it is coming 9/32. Clear? And Deepak share was 1/4. So we'll just convert into 32. How? Multiply by 8. So denominator and numerator both will be multiplied by 8. So it is coming 8/32. Clear? So the new ratio will be 15:9:8. Clear? 15:9:8. Clear? Okay. And this sacrifice you find it out because it is same like question number 1. I'm not going to show that. Okay. It is just same like the question number 1. So coming to the next part now. Now, who are the partners? Suresh, Ramesh and Deepak. And their profit sharing ratio is 15:9:8. Clear? Now assume that they are the old partner and this is the old ratio. As soon as they take Karan in the business or Karan as a partner, what will happen? The new ratio of Suresh, Ramesh and Deepak will become an old ratio. And now they will have to find out the new ratio of Suresh, Ramesh, Deepak and Karan. So how will you find out? Let's see what is given here. It is told that they admitted Karan for 1/6 share. They are admitting him on 31st of July, right? So they are admitting him giving 1/6 share, which he acquired equally from Suresh, Ramesh and Deepak, right? He is taking equally means how much? 3 of the partners. So 1:1:1 they are giving. That means Suresh is giving 1/3, Ramesh is giving 1/3 and Deepak is giving 1/3. Okay. Of what? Of 1/6. So let's find out their sacrifice first because it is told that they are giving. So let's find out the sacrifice. So how much Suresh is going to give? Right. Here they have given at once. You can do it separately, individually for all the partners. What is given here? They are going to take 1/3, right? 1/3 for all the case. 1/3 of 1/6, right? Because current share was 1/6. So 1/3 of 1/6 will be how much? 1/18. Clear? So 1/18. 1/18 of what? 1/18 is whose share? Current share, which he is going to get from Suresh, Ramesh and Deepak. Okay, Suresh will give 1/18, Ramesh will give 1/18 and Deepak will also give 1/18. Clear? So this is their sacrifice. So the sacrifice of Suresh, Ramesh and Deepak will be 1:1:1. Right? Now let's find out the new ratio. In case of Suresh, what will be the new ratio? The old ratio was 15/32. So 15/32 minus how much is the sacrifice? 1/18. So ultimately it is coming. You can see the LCM is very high. Okay. You have to find out the common factor and you have to find out the LCM. So it is 119/288. Clear? In case of Ramesh, it was 9/32 minus the sacrifice was 1/18. So ultimately here it is coming 65/288. Deepak share was 8/32 minus 1/18. So ultimately it is coming 56/288. Clear? And Karan it was 1/6, right? So 1/6, you just convert it into, you just find out what is the multiple here. How what will you multiply to get 288? It is 48. If you multiply it by 48, then you will get 288. So denominator and numerator both will be multiplied with 48. So how much will be the new ratio? 119:65:56:48. Clear? Okay. Now let's go to the next question. Okay, so I hope you all are understanding it. It is not so difficult. It's almost similar like what you have done in the previous chapter. So after that, the next question, that is illustration 4, what is given here? A and B are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 7:3. Clear? These are the two questions which has come in CBSE set number 1 and set number 2. Okay, clear? So CBSE questions means these are probable types of questions. Okay, so try to understand nicely what is given here. First one, A and B are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 7:3. Clear? The old ratio is 7:3. C was admitted for 3/7 share in the profit, which he took 2/7 from A. Okay, from A he is taking 2/7 and 1/7 from B. Okay, flat it is told that 2/7 and 1/7 she is going to C is going to take, right? So calculate the new ratio. It's same like the previous ones. That is, easily you can find out what is the sacrifice. A is sacrificing 2/7 and B is sacrificing 1/7. So the ratio, sacrificing ratio is 2:1. Clear? Okay, and let's find out the new ratio. Now the new ratio will be very simple: old minus new. Sorry, old ratio minus sacrifice. So the old ratio was 7/10. Sacrifice was 2/7. So ultimately it will be 29/70. Right? Same way in case of B also. So there's not much to do. It's almost the same. B also it was 3/10 minus the sacrifice 1/7. So ultimately it is 11/70. Clear? Just made the denominator same. So the new ultimately the new ratio will be 29:11:30. Clear? Now coming to the next portion, next part, that is number B. What is given here? Ram and Sham were partners and their old ratio was 7:5. They admitted Mohan on what basis? 1/6 share which he acquired, which he took from 1/24 from Ram and 1/8 from Sham. Clear? Now same way it is already told here. So what will be the outcome? You can just see here. Ultimately the same like the previous question. So how much they are giving out? Ram is giving 1/24. So the old ratio minus sacrifice. So the old ratio was 7/12 minus the sacrifice of 1/24. So it is coming 13/24. In case of Sham, he is giving how much? 1/8. So ultimately if he sacrificed, his sacrifice is 1/8. So what will you do? Old ratio was 5/12. Sacrifice was 1/8. So just find out what is the change. What is the new ratio? 7/24. Clear? Okay. So making the denominator same, ultimately the new ratio is 13:7:4. Okay. Clear? Very simple. So what you are going to see here is that when you find out the sacrifice, you can see the sacrifice of Ram was 1/24, Sham was 1/8. To make just make the denominator same. So if you make it same, what will be there? If you take 8, you want to convert it into 24, so you have to multiply by 3, right? So numerator and denominator both will be multiplied by 3. So the sacrifice ratio will be 1:3. Okay. Now let's take the next question. You can repeatedly hear it so that the things will be clear. I'm moving a little fast. Okay. Because the things are almost the same like the previous question. Now next one, A, B and C were partners in a firm and their profit sharing ratio was 3:3:2. They admitted D as a new partner who is going to get 4/7 share. D is acquiring his share. Okay, 2/7 from A and 1/7 from B and 1/7 from C. So same like the previous questions, old ratio minus old ratio minus sacrificing ratio. So accordingly they are doing and finding out the ratio is how much? 5:13:6:32. Okay. So this is nothing but just an what you can say, just a glimpse of previous questions. So similar questions are being solved again and again so that you can just get a good understanding of that. Okay, I will give you another class on the sacrificing ratio. In fact, new ratio and sacrificing ratio, so that the things are clear. Along with that, I will take the goodwill also. Okay, in the next class. Till then, take care. We'll end up the class here. Okay, mark your attendance.